Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor and it's been a little bit since we did a live stream, but I'm very happy to be here. I hope you all had a great Valentine's Day and you're enjoying today, February 15th, which is a pretty nice, pretty cool day. But anyways, let's get into today's live stream and start out as we always do with our crypto market overview. So looking at things, we're really unchanged across the board. The main things that are happening right now are just rampant scam celebrity meme coin tokens launching on the Solana blockchain. That's all the excitement right now, and I will be getting into that in this stream, as well as a lot of discussion at large in regards to the overall market, where we're at in the cycle, altcoins, altcoin season, all this stuff that I'm sure you guys want to hear and want to learn more about. I'll be getting into all of it in this stream, so be sure to stick with me until the very end. Also, smash up that like button if you're just tuning in right now. I greatly appreciate all of your support. So looking at crypto bubbles, on the daily time frame for the top 100 tokens, we do have a bit of a mixed bag. We have Telcoin up 27%. OM MontraDAO up 40%, and then every other token for the most part is red. Aside from, you can see Litecoin is green, PancakeSwap is green. PancakeSwap had a huge pump with CZ, the founder of Binance, tweeting out one of his meme coins, or actually his dog. It was obviously bait to have a bunch of people launch a meme coin. But anyways, CZ's dog was named, or is named Broccoli, and if you search broccoli on Dex Screener, there's like 20 different versions of broccoli that have launched. Now, I was looking for one, and you can see here in the Crypto Empire Mastermind Discord server on February 13th, which was 2 days ago on Thursday, I essentially called a broccoli token. And I went with the community, not the Cabal broccoli one. And anyways, you can see the entry was at 1.6 cents. Here's the chart now, okay? So essentially, after we got in at 1.6 cents, it did run to a high of around 10 cents. So we did capture gains on this, and you can see it's back down to 0.005. But nonetheless, of course, I was updating the Mastermind group right after it was up 4x. I said, look, take profits. Take out your initial take profits, but leave a moon bag in case Binance does end up listing one of these broccoli tokens. Now, the market's extremely predatory PvP currently, but I'm looking to essentially capture good plays as I see them. So this week, broccoli was a solid multiple. As you can see, though, the lifetime of these meme coins is so short-lived. Nothing has staying power but after 24 hours right now. It's just massive value extraction. The LA Vape Cabal, the plants that were planted to stream and give you guys propaganda, that I'm sure a lot of you guys who watch this channel are educated enough to realize that they're plants and that they're there to basically extract and provide useless clown entertainment, like the Romans had their bread in circuses. We have the LA Vape Cabal in today's age. But anyways, they're pushing this narrative of a rotational market, and you need to rotate and rotate and rotate after 24 hours. And coupled with the fact that all these celebrities and people with relevance outside of the world of crypto all of a sudden are launching meme. It's not all of a sudden, it's actually been happening for a long time, but they're all launching their meme coins, and within a few hours they all die and go to zero. Now this, we've seen a crazy example of this one recently. I'll go ahead and share this with you. So recently, just last night, Friday evening, the president of Argentina actually launched a meme coin called Libra. And if it doesn't get any worse than this, I wouldn't be surprised, because this is like just peak scam. You can see the 24-hour volume is at $1.16 billion. Now here's the Libra chart. And let's actually go over a quick summary. A quick summary before we get into the Libra thing. Where is this? All right, here we go. So if you missed the Libra madness while you were being a good Valentine, here's the recap. So the Argentinian president tweets out a token. The token rockets to a $4.5 billion valuation in 2 hours. Insiders pull out $87 million in realized profit. The token crashes 90%. The president deletes the tweet. He denies any involvement. Makes you raise your eyebrows a little bit there. And then the token decides to dump another 60%. So there's your little recap. President Javier, I think his name is, tweeted out the token, and you essentially had around 15 minutes, even less, right? Because by the time of the, after 10 minutes, it was already trading up here at like $2, a $2 billion market cap. So you essentially had like 5 to maybe 10 minutes to buy this somewhat early to make a profit. And then you can see it lasted around another 30 minutes before the insiders decided to rug pull. So if we go to the 15-minute time frame, it shows you the full life cycle. On a 15-minute chart, the token goes from nothing to a $4.5 billion valuation. $4.50 is $4.5 billion in 45 minutes. And like I said, you essentially had 10 minutes to buy it and be somewhat early. And if you didn't sell it within the next like 20 minutes, you'd be down. Straight up scam. I mean, just gonna get any more clear. Yeah, I mean, I didn't touch this one. I didn't actually even realize it launched until, a bit later on, a few hours later. And of course, by that point, it was rug pulled already. So I had no interest in buying this one. But it just goes to show you where we're currently at in the market. And here's a tweet from Bobby. Bobby has a lot of good takes. And he says, in response to this guy saying that there's no crying in the casino, which is a phrase being passed around on crypto Twitter about essentially the scam casino run on Solana, the meme coin scam casino. He goes, I'm glad more people are coalescing, I don't know if I said that word right, whatever, behind this idea, but it should have happened the very first time extractors showed up. So he's calling them extractors. I'm calling them plants. All I know is that they're a bunch of little punks that deserve to get the crap beat out of them. But whatever. I'm not inciting violence. I don't do that. Peace be to all, of course. But anyways, the only reason more people are vocalizing this now is because they got Turbo destroyed on Libra. Don't forget Vine, Jailstool, Jelly, and countless other scams have been allowed to run rampant with no pushback from these guys until they finally got wrecked by one. So yes, this is not the first time it's happened. Even the past week, you saw that the Vine token, the Jelly token, which was supposed to be a Venmo token or something. The LA Vape Cabal was saying how they're crowd raising money for Venmo or something, but it was just a scam. It's ridiculous. What else was there? Portnoy and Jailstool. I mean, you got celebrities, rappers launching tokens and instantly rug pulling them. It's literally like the worst it's ever been right now, which is kind of nuts because it was bad before, but it just keeps on getting worse. So anyways, here's a recap. We're going to get into the altcoin stuff in just a moment. I just want to recap this because this is current events happening right now. So anyways, let me address the live chat before I read this one. Shout out to Be Cool. Shout out to Zach. We got Armzilla with us today. What's going on? ZZ Top. What is up, ZZ Top? We have Manny. What's up, Manny? Ahmed. We got Tywin Lannister. We got Declan. We got Robert Patterson. What's up, Robert? How are you? We got All Day Dre in the building. Benjamin says, good to be back on the CE Live. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Benjamin. Shout out to Robert Patterson. Crypto Lexi says, happy birthday, ? Lexi, how did you know it is my birthday today? Thank you very much for remembering and realizing that. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Joe Gutt. What's up, Joe? We're not going to look at that Brett token right now. We got Christian De Jesus or Christian De Jesus. He says, what's up, Connor? I made small investments on DTAO subnets to test it out. What's your take? We'll talk about that in a moment. And we got Monica, we got King Louie, and we got Doles as well as Bitcoin Halving. What's going on, lads? Great to have you all here, and thank you for all of the support. Be sure to smash up the like button, guys. But anyways, let's continue going over these current events, talking about the Solana blockchain and the massive value extraction happening at a rampant scale over there currently. So here's a bit of a summary on how much money has actually been extracted from meme coins on Solana. So trading bots and applications, approximately $1.09 billion. Pump fund, approximately $500 million has been extracted from fees. MEV bots, $1.5 to $2 billion, essentially capitalizing on retail trader slippage. Trump insiders made $500 million to $1 billion. Other insiders, you can assume hundreds of millions of dollars. Automated market makers, approximately up to $2 billion. So total, you're looking at around $3.5 to $6.5 billion, maybe even more extracted from the Solana blockchain. That's a lot of money, $3.5 to $6.5 billion. And I just did an interview the other day with Crypto Dan McAvoy. And I mean, look, some people like Dan, some people don't like Dan. Personally, I think Dan is a very smart guy. Okay, I would consider him a very, very smart person. And I do like to hear what he has to say, so it's always good to have him on the channel. But he made a point essentially saying how, all of the money being extracted, right, $3.5 to $6.5 billion, this is money that would have normally went into, you can say, legitimate utility tokens or, just in other places in the market that wouldn't just instantly get rug pulled. But now you're seeing, north of $5 billion most likely, based off of these estimates, that would have normally went into utility coins or regular projects, whatever. They went into these meme coins, and the insiders just took that money, and it's not going to go back into the crypto ecosystem. So yeah, a bit of a crazy time, and I hope you guys are staying safe. And I'm sure the majority of you guys, if you're watching people like myself, I'd assume you realize and you can see the bullshit for what it is, and you're trying to stay away from the Solana meme coin scam casino. But yeah, I mean, look, it's not going to stop until people just stop participating. But unfortunately, we live in a society where gambling is rampant, financial nihilism. Young people feel like there's no out other than to gamble to make money. So, I mean, I don't really see it stopping, but hey, they can keep on playing a losing game where the house is literally has so much higher odds against them that they will just continue to lose. So yeah, most people don't change their behavior until they're completely wrecked. And I mean, if this Libra token wasn't the final straw, I really don't know what is. I really don't know how much worse it can get, where again, literally the president of Argentina tweeted out a token, it rug pulled. I mean, the insiders approximately made $87 million in like less than an hour. And then he denied any involvement. Like, you can't make it up. You really just cannot make it up whatsoever. It is absolutely ridiculous. But anyways, that's what's currently happening in the market, guys. If you're wondering why your altcoins won't pump, yada, 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 well, approximately 5 to 6.5, maybe even more billions of dollars that would have normally went into regular coins has just been extracted from scams on Solana. So anyways, I mean, I don't even feel like playing this, but look, Thread Guy is here essentially saying how there was a lot of talk about a Argentina token before the launch. He essentially says that, yeah, we knew it was going to launch, and he didn't directly admit, but he made it pretty clear that they knew it was going to launch. You can go watch this at News in Small on Twitter if you want to see it for yourself. But yeah, also here's Frank D. Gods just crashing out on his timeline, admitting that he's an insider, which we all knew. But and also there's this one dork who was live streaming, and he knew. So he says, how do you know which is a good volume to ape a token? He says, bro, it's just intuition, bro. And then like a minute later, he went ahead and you can see copy the CA for the Libra token. And he says, oh, no way. They just launched a token? No way, no way. And then he proceeds to put in 250K. And the funny thing is, he knew on the spot within 1 minute after finding it that the liquidity pool was Libra USDC and not Libra Solana. So he just knew perfectly to use USDC instead of Solana on a live stream right after the token launched. And you can see here he bought 250K of USDC. without any websites or anything. He just knew, oh yeah, let's put in 250 grand. You're being lied to. It's all smoke and mirrors. And anyways, I'm not going to spend the entire live stream talking about this. It's an important thing to talk about right now because it's literally all happening in real time. But yeah, it's just a massive, massive scam. It's insane. It really is insane. So anyways, if more tokens were like Hyperliquid and they just followed the Hyperliquid playbook, Hyperliquid's the only token, not the only one, but the only like big project, like multi-billion-dollar top 100 project doing it right. Essentially, they gave the majority of the tokens to the community through an airdrop, everyone who used their application before they launched the token. And you can see, so basically it proves that you should put all your tokens in the hands of the community and allow funds and institutions to buy them on the open market instead of investing privately. Unless you want your token to die, follow hype. That's a funny thing he says here, or a good point. So allow funds and institutions to buy them on the open market instead of investing privately. So I have known about like VC deals and over-the-counter deals. I haven't participated in any of them, but you know, every now and then, right, somebody will reach out and offer like, hey, you can buy this token. The current market cap is 500 million, but we'll give it to you at 250 million and you need to wait 3 months. And recently it's come out, you've seen DMs from people like Crash Trading, where he's essentially offering very similar OTC deals to all these people with Brett. And every big meme coin does this, right? That's why the Wintermute market maker is in all these meme coins, because they take OTC deals, they get a shitload of supply at a lower market cap than the current market cap, and they essentially there's a clause in the contract where you need to wait a bit. So long story short, the majority of tokens you see on the market, the big funds are not paying market price for the tokens. This is the most corrupt market you will ever participate in. It is the most rigged, corrupt market ever, which is why you need to essentially play the game right. It's never been more important to have a grasp on things to play the game correctly. Otherwise, you're just going to get waxed and washed and just, beat. Imagine you're a surfer in rough water and there's rocks against a cliff. You're just going to be thrashed into that cliff over and over and over again unless you do play this game right, because it is the most rigged game on the planet currently in regards to the financial markets. It is a total insider and extractor game currently, but that does not mean you can't profit from it. For example, like I said, even just this week, okay, a modest 4x on broccoli, like we take those, right? We also had treble swap this year already. And now the price of treble swap isn't doing great. But again, it was so fair, right? It's just the complete opposite of what you see in the crypto world today, right? Everyone knew the launch was on January 20th. For a full day, the token was trading between 12 and like 25 cents. And then I guess FOMO kicked off. Everyone decided to FOMO in. It ran up to around $4. But even still, if you invested on the first day, you're still in a 3-4x profit. That is unheard of. That is unheard of in this current market climate. All right. And if you bought into the private sale, you're still up at 44 cents. That's a 9x from the 5-cent entry. If you bought in the public IDO, you're still up 4.5x from the 10-cent entry. Like, this is literally unheard of in today's world. But just remember who's serving up the fair place. I mean, it's ridiculous. But anyways, I'm still bullish on treble swap. The vesting is going to start on the 20th of February. All the public IDO investors, they will be getting their tokens in XTREB. All the private sale investors will have a slow daily drip until the end of 2025. So it's going to be a very small amount of tokens coming into the market every day from inflation investing. Very fair tokenomics, everything I've discussed in the treble swap videos. But anyways, complete opposite of what you see in today's day and age. Literally, it's just the opposite of just a blatant straight up scam. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on the conversation because I just opened up this tab. So if you guys haven't followed me on Twitter yet, follow me on Twitter. If you haven't realized, I've been stirring up the pot a little bit. I don't know if you guys recall, but late August 2024, I had a bit of an injury. I was getting ready to essentially make my debut in the Influencer Fight Club, but yeah, had a shoulder injury. Had to do physical therapy for a few months and then kind of get back to square one. But yeah, we're all cleared and we've been training. So I've been stirring the pot a bit because essentially the Influencer Fight Club say they would consider me. So that's cool. I do appreciate them considering me for, a fight in the Influencer Fight Club Karate Combat. But, I'm here to make it happen. So I'm going to stir the pot and I'm going to get their attention. I'm going to make it happen. This is the fight game. I say it a lot, how there's a time and place for everything. Well, if there was ever a time and place to stir the pot and talk a bunch of trash, that's in the fight game. So you guys already know we're stirring this pot. So anyways, this dude, Tactical Investing, he's got a YouTube channel. He's in my weight class. He's like 2 inches shorter than me. So it would be a pretty fair matchup. So yeah, I called him out. And then he tries to come back at me with the whole grammar thing. So I spelt it out clear as day for him. But anyways, guys, look, if they're considering me, make it known that they're going to put the fight together that the people want to see, right? It's more so for the fans. So go tag Influencer Fight Club, stir the pot on X, tell them you want to see Connor Crypto Empire in the pit next event. Let them know loud and clear, and we will make it happen. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you for all of your support. And again, they're going to give the people what the people want to see. So if you guys make it known you want to see me in there, you make noise, you tag them on X, you tag them on Twitter, and you tell them you want to see Connor Crypto Empire in there, I'm sure they will make it happen. So do me a solid and make some noise like I'm making noise right now and stirring the pot. Thank you very much. Anyways, that's that. And follow me on Twitter. Let's see what's happening here in our live chat. Not Tywin says he doesn't think we'll ever see a traditional alt season again. We're going to talk about that right now. Let me just finish going over the rest of these live chats. King Louis says we need QE. Agree, that would be bullish for the markets. Bartland, UFD, we'll look at that in a moment. I mean, every meme coin isn't really doing too great at the moment. And I do wonder if Ron actually played us. Because that timing of that last hack where $1 million got stolen from him just coincided perfectly with the market crash. It makes you raise your eyebrows a little bit. And also the fact that Wintermute, the market maker's involved. It's tough, man. It's hard to say. But I'm a little suspect of it for sure. But we'll talk about UFD in a second. Nuruddin says more pain coming, at least 50% crash on the card as alts keep falling. It's a scenario. It is a scenario where we can go lower, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. Dan says 5 billion barely moves big caps. It's actually like a 10-to-1 ratio. Okay, so if you put in 5 billion into a big cap, it would actually move the market cap like 50 billion. So it does. But I agree, over like a spread out number of tokens, it won't have that drastic of an effect, but still, it does matter. Anyways, good points nonetheless, Dan. Good points. Joey Joe says, saw your last vid and I got to say, I don't think you're correct. I think we just need to have more patience for the altcoin season. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, we can agree to disagree. That's cool. Alex says Connor is him. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, let's go. Make some noise for me. Let them know. They said they'll consider me. I appreciate them considering me, but make them highly consider me, guys. Let them know. Dan, you already know. Shout out to Stefan B from Brazil. Shout out to Benjamin H saying smash the like button. Monica says base memes will still do well. I agree with you. The base thesis is still intact. Anyways, yeah, let's talk about altcoins in the market. We just spent 25 minutes talking about the Solana scam blockchain. Let's go ahead and move on now to some actual analysis and information for you guys. All right, so first things first, let's talk about Bitcoin, and then we'll go over the major charts. You know, Bitcoin dominance, stablecoin dominance, total 2, total 3, etc., etc. All right, so Bitcoin, look, it is straight up range bound sideways, really not too much going on. Yesterday, we did have a bearish 12-hour swing failure pattern close, as you can see here. on February 14th, we had this long wick up, essentially taking out these highs, closing back inside of the range. Okay, so I mean, it is very choppy and sideways, but one can interpret this to be a bearish swing failure pattern, which could lead to potentially lower prices. All right, now it really depends on how the majors line up with Bitcoin here. But the lowest we go, absolute lowest we go, in my opinion, would be down here into our green demand zone. And this would coincide with another spike up on stablecoin dominance, back up to around 5%, which could happen. I think it's a less likely probability right now. But there are for sure some untapped orders that could potentially be filled down here. But anyways, worst case scenario for Bitcoin would be down here in demand, around 90K. The low is at 85 grand. I really don't see that happening. Main level is this previous swing low at 89,000. I would be looking here in case we do see another crash. This is likely to lead to a major bullish reversal if we even do get that. Now on the bullish side, we need to reclaim 100K. All right. Look, in terms of where we're at, I do still see another push up here to around 120 to 130K on Bitcoin. All right. That's the upside we're looking for. The downside is, again, I don't really see prices going lower than our green demand zone at this current moment in time. If we were to start closing daily and weekly candles below 89K, this previous swing low, well then yes, that is a different story. And that would change the market structure completely. But as of right now, I'm thinking lowest we go is down here in our green zone. And we're looking for a breakout of the range to our next macro target higher, which is essentially 125K. 120 to 130,000 if we want to be a little bit more wide with it, or we can go right in the middle at 125K. That's what we're looking for to the upside. Now, let's go over stablecoin dominance, particularly USDT dominance. So first things first is we do have some signs of strength. We have signs of bullishness for altcoins coming. And why is that? Well, remember, guys, this is an inverse chart. All right, so when this goes up, altcoins go down. And when this goes down, altcoins go up. So what do we have? Well, we have USDT dominance. We had that flash wick up where we saw 4.96% as the high. And essentially, even if we go down to the 4-hour, there were no candle bodies closing up here, above 4.75%. So there's no middle time frame candle bodies closing in these key levels. The key levels are outlined in red here as supply. Essentially, you have 4.78 to 4.85, and then you have 5.7 to 5.24% as your key supply levels higher. So we had no candle bodies closing in either of these levels, which does mean they can potentially get revisited because there's leftover orders there. Go and rewatch my supply and demand videos from many years ago to learn more about these concepts, all right? But it's just basic concepts. When price moves quickly into an area and then quickly moves away, there's usually leftover untapped orders there that can get filled, okay? So that would be a very bearish scenario, and the most bearish scenario possible, essentially another flash crash in the not so distant future. It's a scenario, it's unlikely given how the charts currently look and how this has developed this past week. But, we know it is possible to see another flash wake up here towards 5%, and this would cause another crash on altcoins. But the reason I say that's unlikely right now is how this chart is shaping up. Okay, we have the range high at 4.61%. That's our orange line. Look on the weekly time frame. No closures above that key range high, swing high. That's good. That's bullish. That's a sign of strength. Last week, the candle closed underneath. Now this week, if we close how we are now at 4.47, that is a very, very good sign of strength that we're going to see stablecoin dominance actually roll over here and head back lower to, minimum, this is going to go to 4.1%. But ideally, for our altcoin season to happen, I still do think we will see an altcoin season. Here's how it will look. It will look like a break of this support level at 3.8% and a push lower to 3.3% in my opinion. All right. Now, this would line up with a Bitcoin dominance drop as well. But anyways, this is how the altcoin season is going to look in my mind. All right, it's going to happen All the majors are going to coincide together, as they typically do. And for stablecoin dominance, that would be a drop to 3.3%. This dropping this low is very bullish for altcoins, okay? It hasn't been this low this entire cycle, essentially. So yeah, this would be the final hoorah and the final altcoin push, in my opinion. A move on USDT dominance to 3.3%. Of course, we would need to see other things, right? We would need to make sure it lines up with Bitcoin dominance also dropping. We're looking for this to go sub 50%, ideally to around 46%. All right, we're looking for the total 2 to push up here to 2.5 trillion, as you can see. So all of these things should coincide together. And in my opinion, it's going to happen this year. And this would be our altcoin season. And in my opinion, it's going to look a lot like the altcoin seasons we've already had this cycle. 2023, we had some pockets of altcoin outperformance. 2024, right, you can see over here, 2024. Over here in March, you guys remember when the total 2 first pushed up to 1.27 trillion in March of 2024. This was when we had the NVIDIA AI conference, and all of the AI coins went parabolic over a period of around 2-3 months, give or take. Really, it was like 2 months, February, March. But anyways, we had a crazy altcoin season for AI. We saw some memes do really well afterwards, as you know, things were essentially cooling off, coming down. We saw real world asset coins for a brief moment do really well. At the end of 2023, when the total 2 was making this run up, we had a gaming do well, but then it hasn't done anything since. So the altcoin seasons have been happening, make no mistake, but they're in niche pockets of the market. And in my opinion, this next altcoin season that I'm forecasting here live on stream, where we're going to see the total 2 make its way up here to 2.5 trillion, it's likely going to be a repeat of what we've been seeing, where we see small pockets, small sectors of the market, whether that's AI or like Solana meme coins. Recently, we had AI agents, a very small sector of the market. It was not AI in general. It was just these AI agents, new meme coins. The point I'm making is, don't have too crazy high expectations for a full crazy market, every coin going crazy altcoin season. That's likely not going to happen. It's likely going to look like what we've already had, where we have niche sectors of the market outperform and many altcoins not match expectations. Maybe they go up a few 100%, but most people are looking for like 1,000% gains. And if it only goes up 200%, it's not enough, right? So that's what creates the round tripping fiasco. So anyways, that's my take in general of how I think the altcoin season is going to play out. Again, niche sectors, small sectors of the overall market are going to do really well. Altcoins are still going to go up, like I said, likely a few 100%. But you're going to see the new ones, whatever the new hot narrative is, the crypto industry is going to make up some bullshit, right? AI agents, meme coins. What's going to be the next thing? Who really knows? But it will be something. And those new coins that launch are probably going to see the biggest gains. And that's just a repeat of what we've been seeing for the past 2 years straight now. All right, I think it's going to be more of the same that we've been seeing again for the past 2 years currently. But anyways, I digress. Let's get back into the charts. Total 2. Here's the chart. So we just had a key reclaim. All right, here was the swing low at 1.22 trillion over here. Now, during the flash crash, you can see we wicked below it, and then we ended up closing below it. We put in a bit of a fishhook rounded bottom. And as of 2 days ago, we have now closed back above this key previous swing low. So this is quite bullish. Now, what I would look out for on the bearish side of things, I would look out for a move on the total 2 to come back down to around 1.12 trillion. And you can see I have marked that out as the 61.8 retracement. And there you can see if we pull the fib, we'll go to the 4 hour, but if we pull it to the high it made after the recovery bounce to the low of the flash crash, our golden pocket is just here at 1.11 trillion or 1.12 trillion. All right, so that would be bearish for altcoins, of course, if we did see this move happen, but ideally that would just be a pullback before a larger move higher. Now, if we're going to see the scenario where I discussed where stablecoin dominance is going to flash wick up again, that's unlikely. But if that were to happen, I would be looking for the total 2 to revisit 1 trillion down here. All right, I would be looking for it to revisit 1 trillion this level here. Again, unlikely, much less of a probability than that happening compared to a slight retracement to 1.11 and then a move higher, but it's on the table. So if you do see these levels get hit, these are buying opportunities for altcoins. Okay, you want to see how they match up with the majors, how it matches up with Bitcoin. But if you do see the total 2 down here at 1.12 trillion, it's a buying opportunity. And if we really wake up hard on USDT dominance and Bitcoin dominance again, you'll see the total 2 go back to 1 trillion, and that is a buying opportunity. Now to the upside, what needs to happen for us to actually rally here? All right, how are we going to go higher? How would that look like? Well, it would look like the total 2 reclaiming the previous swing high, and I have marked that out here. That's this wick at $1.47 trillion. All right, we need to see the total 2 reclaim this previous swing high and close above it on the daily, ideally the weekly time frame. Okay, so if that were to happen, we should be clear to see the total 2 push to my macro target up here at 2.5 trillion. We need to reclaim the previous swing high at 1.47. If we cannot do that, we will not see any crazy pumps, but I think it will happen. And as of right now, we're above that previous swing low. So there are signs of strength out there. But really nothing will be confirmed until we can reclaim the previous swing highs. That should make sense. And of course, that coincides with other major charts like Ethereum. Right, here's Ethereum on the weekly time frame, guys. Again, this is your bull market trend line. Okay, this goes back to the bear market bottom in June of 2022. It has been tested multiple times this cycle throughout the past 2-3 years, and every time it has been tested, it has held. Now, recently, Ethereum really put in a crazy flash crash where it tested these lows over here at $2,100, tested the weekly 200 EMA and blew past it. But look where the candle closed, guys. The candle actually closed above the bull market trend line, which is pretty nuts, all things considered. So yeah. Right, the key level on ETH was really like 2,500. It blew way past that to 2,100. But it still managed to close above the bull market trend line on the weekly. Okay, so now for ETH, what do we need to see? It's the same thing. We need to see the previous swing high reclaimed. Where's the previous swing high? It's right here at 34.42. It's this wick. This is the previous swing high. And that lines up perfectly with this level over here from November. But nonetheless, this is $3,442, right? Until ETH can actually reclaim that, we don't have confirmed bullishness in the market. And if we were to reclaim it, what should you look for? You should look for a pullback into a key demand area, probably going to be around 31, 3,200, and then for the move to the new all-time highs. But anyways, yeah, guys, ETH holding the bull market trend line on the higher time frames. That's very good. And still a lot of work to do right now. Given how things have been progressing recently, right? The price action has just been sideways. So yeah, Ethereum has not been doing too much. And it hasn't even reclaimed the previous swing low at 2,900. So a lot of work to do still on ETH. But if you're wondering what needs to happen in order for this to make a new all-time high, it would be a reclaim of 34.42. Again, look for a retrace from there and then look for the move to the all-time high. Now, when is this going to happen? Well, if it doesn't happen within the next 1 to 2 months, like the remainder of February or in March, I doubt it happens in April, May, June, July, August, the summer months. Those months are always typically very bearish for the markets. Everyone goes on vacation. So yeah, if we don't see a recovery within the next 4 to 6 weeks, we're looking at the end of the year, the end of 2025. So it's important to have your expectations match up. But the way things are looking and progressing, crypto is always like this. It's always darkest before dawn. It always feels like it's over. And then in like 1 to 2 days, months of bearish price action always gets erased. That's always how it works. For example, here's Ethereum in November. It went sideways for 3 months. August, September, October, completely sideways. And then what happened? In like less than 1 week, it erased all of that bearish price action with a huge rally out. Notice when that started, the 4th of November. Look at USDT dominance on the 4th of November. Peak, drop. All right, so that's what I mean by the majors lining up, right? We want to use multiple charts and find the confluence with the charts to make the highest probability trades, highest probability investments when it comes to the timing of the entry. Because the timing of the entry is extremely important. But anyways, that's what I mean by finding confluence, all right? Yeah, that should be clear. If you guys have questions, let me know. A lot to talk about. I still feel like I haven't even scratched the surface with everything I want to cover today, but we're going to go ahead and carry on now. We haven't even looked at any individual coins. Let me see what's going on here with the live chat. So King Louis says, alt season I think can happen, just not every coin under the sun like past cycles. But who knows, a lot of new money flowing in crypto. Yeah, that's basically just kind of what I said, King Louis. So yeah, kind of exactly what was just discussed. Lee J says, Connor, my guy, what's up? Lee, Bitcoin halving, says, people are looking for 1,000x overnight. It's gambling. Bitcoin is the way. The Albert, what's going on, the Albert? We got Maj Taba says, have enough money to buy Bitcoin. My goal is to make small currencies so that I can earn more. Please advise. Have enough money to buy Bitcoin. My goal is just pay attention to the channel, man, and how things progress. Frake Talio, saying Solana is a scam is like saying crypto is a scam or money is a scam. I'm saying the Solana meme coin casino is a scam, which it objectively is. I understand the point you're making, but dude, look at what's happening. Like this is the president of Argentina tweeted out this coin. They rugged it, and then he deleted the tweet and said there's no involvement. Like, dude, if that doesn't scream scam in your face, go to the doctor and get yourself checked out, man, because you ain't thinking straight. Shout out to Robert Patterson. What's going on? Joey Joe says, I was here for the 2017 bull run, and it was very similar after the election. It took a long time for the altcoin season to happen. It took over 1 year. Yeah, 2017 was different. The thing is, the market is so different compared to 2017 now, right? If you really had like, 100, 200 tokens. There may have been more, but the selection of altcoins to choose from was just nothing compared to what it is now. But yeah, there's always similarities, but things are very different compared to 8 years ago in 2017. Richie says, who is the LA Vape Cabal? LOL. Is it the two buddies, Jake and Rodney? So Jake and Rodney are not the LA Vape Cabal. They are, this is not confirmed. This is my speculation. But they sold out to some kind of marketing agency, some kind of big kind of shadow organization, you can call it. But yeah, they're sellouts 100%. But the LA Vape Cabal is these dudes like Thread Guy and Razimer and Frank D. Gods. Because they literally all live in Los Angeles. They're all sharing like a house together. And share vapes too. But yeah, the Jake and Rodney are a different cabal, but they're 100% sellouts. Yeah, they are. Let's see. Joey Joe says he's constantly buying until the fall and the winter. Satya says Treb should be looking good when the market turns. Actual utility instead of gambling on memes. Exactly. And also coupled with actual fair tokenomics, something you really don't see nowadays. I think it's primed to do really well. Let's see. Not Tywin says, what's your thoughts on the Titan X ecosystem? Ponzi. 100% Ponzi. I mean, if you want to get in and get out before you get Ponzi'd, go for it. But I mean, the Titan X ecosystem at large, I know for sure, right, there's money to be made there, but it is a Ponzi scheme where essentially it relies on new people coming in to put their money in. And I'm pretty sure you need to lock up your money to earn yield and stuff like that. So yeah, telltale signs of a Ponzi. Roberto says he just tuned in. Any updates about UFD? Let's go look at UFD right now. So 43 million market cap. And like most coins currently, it's been smashed and thrashed and down back to the bottom. Now, again, like I said, so Ron got hacked over here on the 27th of January. Around 1 week, conveniently around 1 week before the big, flash crash on February 3rd. Again, I want to give Ron the benefit of the doubt and say that he actually got hacked. But part of me knows how this shit works, man. And I really don't trust a word that guy says. It's tough. It's a tough situation. Especially when big market makers like Wintermute are involved. Man, all I've known or all I've learned so far is that reality really is stranger than fiction. I would not be surprised at all if we come to find out that Ron was actually a part of that and it was all just a show of, oh no, poor Ron, the old 60-year-old boomer got hacked and $1 million got taken from him. I would not be surprised at all to learn that that was theatrics. I want to give Ron the benefit of the doubt. It's really a tough situation to call because here in the crypto world, we're just constantly presented with lies and blatant lies, right? I talked about like Crash before. Like, it's now public that he's going to all these different people and offering them over-the-counter deals for Brett, while he's tweeting every day to get gullible retail normies to buy it at market price in the billion. It's insane, right? The level of just rampant lying and malicious practice that goes on. So I wouldn't be surprised to come to find out that Ron essentially played us all. It's tough. Can this recover? I really hope it does because I still hold this. But yeah, it's really hard to say. And also, there's going to be new meme coins that, come out and likely outperform. Like, that's just how it always works. But if we come to find out that Ron actually did legitimately get hacked, right, and the community still continues to rally behind him, this could make an epic recovery, for sure. It has the lore. It has the story behind it. But there's just a lot of unanswered questions in my head right now in regards to everything that's gone on. Maybe I'm being too skeptical and too pessimistic, but, truly that's what I think. I really don't know if Ron just played us all. I don't know. So, yeah, what do you guys think, though? Leave some comments in the chat. What do you guys think about this? Apex says Ron definitely played you all. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, man. Yeah. Roberto says maybe I'm a fool, but I think Ron's a good dude. Fractalio says no crying in the casino. That's a good one, man. Let's see. Salvatore says Ron definitely rugged. I mean, it lined up too perfectly. So yeah, maybe. Yeah, so a lot of mixed opinions basically. Dre was super early to UFD, guys, if you didn't know. But he says Ron claims it was a hack. It was a Zoom call. He clicked a link. And here's the thing. People have tried to get me with that scam before. Fortunately, I keep my defense high, right? So I didn't get hit with that. I didn't click on the link. Here's the thing you guys got to understand with scams and like a Zoom call link and a random link that shows up in your Telegram. You only will get scammed if you go through with it, if you click on the link. So if you know how the game works, just don't click on it. The only way they can get you is if you allow them to get you. And it's very tough because they like socially engineer you to play along, right? And they pretend to be your friend and things like that. But you have to keep your guard high. And the second they go for it and they send you the link, you got to hit the block button. So I could see Ron, a 60-year-old boomer who has no idea what the heck is going on, get fooled by that one. I could definitely see it happening. It's just a tough situation to call. But when millions of dollars are on the line, I don't know. Shit like that should not be happening. But obviously it is because this market's a joke. But hey, who am I? Who am I to judge? I mean, it's a tough situation to call in general. We got a super chat from Braxton Miller. Braxton says Doge/FET. Appreciate the super chat, Braxton. So yeah, there's UFD, lads. I mean, the one thing is that, look, every single coin is destroyed. So it's not like this is just one outlier that's doing really bad. It's every single one. So with that, we could potentially see it recover a bit. But I mean, go look at the other ones on Solana. I mean, I can only imagine the over-the-counter deals that happen with something like Popcat, all the market makers. When it was trading at $1 billion, right? There's definitely OTC deals. Oh yeah, you can buy it at 500 million, but you have to wait like 4 weeks, and then those 4 weeks end, and look what happens. So, anyways, let's go ahead and look at these super chats. So we have Doge, the Dogecoin, not the Department of Government Efficiency. All right, so Doge, first things first, previous swing high, where is it? It's already marked here. It's here at 34 cents. We're going to put PSH on this. Previous swing high. Okay, so in order for Doge to go and make new highs here, first it will need to reclaim the previous swing high. If that is to happen, we should look for a pullback and long that pullback to the move to new highs. Okay, that's the bullish option. Now, the bearish option would essentially be a revisit of some of these levels from the crash. And again, that would coincide with if we do see total 2 potentially come here to the golden pocket at 1.11 trillion, right? We want to be looking at where that would line up for alts. Okay, so for Doge, potential pullback levels. Interesting. So we have 23 cents to 22.8 cents, and 22.8 cents lines up perfectly with the top of my red zone, which I know is an important level. So yeah, if we do see another retracement, another pullback, this is where I would be looking. Over here from 23.6 to 22.8 cents. We can mark that out as a buy zone. All right. So here are your 2 scenarios that I would look for on Dogecoin. Pull back to here, look for longs. If we pump from here, you need to see a daily close above the previous swing high. From there, you want to look for a pullback, get long. All right. That's how I'm seeing it. My bias is bullish, guys. Again, we have a lot of signs of strength with tether dominance. With these this week's close tomorrow is going to be really important. But if it closes like this, we have 2 weekly closes below the key swing high of the range. Bitcoin dominance, unable really. I mean, actually, last week was a bearish weekly close for the market, but that can be reversed this week if the closure happens below 61.53%. That is a sign that we're seeing Bitcoin dominance potentially top out. So we have a lot of unconfirmed signs of strength right now, and this weekly close is going to be super important. But again, for Doge, that's your general plan. Bias is bullish, but we want to get long at the right time. And that's how you would do it. So for Fed, we already know we want to be looking around here, around 65. Now, how would that line up with a fib? Okay, so notice how the golden pocket has already held, right? We have the swing high, swing low. Essentially, price comes to the 61.8. Nice bounce. Now what's going to happen from here? Well, let's drop this down to the 1 hour. What's going on the 1 hour time frame? If we really dig into this. So it looks like to me the level we should be looking for here on Fed, if we're going to see a nice pullback, is going to be down here. You can see this drop and these the way these candles have formed, it looks like demand to me. Some might call it a breaker block, whatever. All I know is I want to mark this out at 65.3 down to 62 cents. Now, if we do see another flush, we want to be looking here to get long. On the flip side, if Fed decides to reclaim the previous swing high, which would be over here, it's already marked out for us at $1.08. If Fed decides to reclaim this one first from here, okay, we don't want to trade it before that. We want to buy the pullback though. After it's reclaimed $1.08, we want to buy that pullback and ride that up. Same plan across all altcoins. You want to find their respective zones. Find their respective zones now and have the if this then that scenario. So if we do see another drop from here, we know we want to be looking for longs in these zones. If instead we see a push higher and a reclaim of the previous swing high, well then we know we want to be looking to long a pullback from there to new highs. All right, so that's the general plan with every coin currently. If this then that. If this happens, then I'm going to do that. If this other thing happens, well then I'm going to go with this plan. Have it planned out ahead of time and you should be able to do quite well. But yeah, there's Doge and Fed. Thank you for the super chat, my man Braxton Miller. King Louis says, Connor, did you see the Near Protocol manager expose his girlfriend? I did see that on Twitter. And she did have a nice rack, but hey, that guy shouldn't be doing that. Oh, man. Cubic, let's go look at Cubic. And Space Mesh SMH is just, look, I'm not sure what can happen with that coin at this point. Cubic from here, you can see it has wicked twice into this level at around 1,500 per billion. So yeah, super important that essentially this does end up holding. If we're going to see another flash crash, right, we should be looking for the bottom of the chart at around 1,200 per billion and ideally a recovery from there. But on the other hand, if we do go ahead and reclaim the previous swing high at 2,500 per billion, again, we want to look to get long on the pullback. And it's the same thing, the same program, the same scenario with every coin, or the same general plan. All right, we're either going to go up from here, and if we do go up from here, we want to wait for the previous swing high to get reclaimed and then long the pullback. If we go down from here, we want to buy in the optimal buying zone for a reversal. No matter what you look at, it's kind of the same general plan. Still bullish on Bobo. I'm still holding Bobo. It is, it's down to $23 million in market cap. It's been, completely waxed like many meme coins. But I do still think Bobo will do well what Ethereum does well. Bobo is one of the coins I see doing really good as an Ethereum meme coin. Same thing with coins like Apu. right? APU back down to November election prices, essentially. 82 million market cap, where it was at the time of in September. Sorry, it had peaked out by the election. My bad. But yeah, back down to September prices. I see this recovering as well. So yeah, Ethereum meme coins like Bobo, APU, Pepe, etc. The more relevant ones, I do think will make a comeback, but that's not going to be until Ethereum actually goes ahead and starts to perform. And the AI agent thing, so that was a very clear. It did come down to 125, which was the level that I discussed when the price was like up here. So maybe, just maybe, I do a pretty decent job of spotting the key levels, maybe, right? You guys can be the judge of that. But anyways, all the virtuals tokens wrecked. Yeah. I mean, everything wrecked. Doesn't matter what you're looking at. But just to kind of summarize what I see happening, right, with the altcoin season that I've talked about this stream, I think AI is a big play. Okay, so I think Tau, Render, they're your two safest AI coins. There is a world where Render goes to $20 to $30 this cycle, this year, right? There is a world where Tau goes to 1,000 plus, potentially north of 2,000 plus, potentially even higher. Okay, I think AI is going to be the mainstay for this next push. Along with other sectors, right, that I've discussed, Ethereum memes, Ethereum betas, whatever the new flavor of the month is that's manufactured by the crypto industry, it probably will be some brain dead narrative thing. But yeah, in general, that's how I'm looking at things. Yeah, we haven't even talked about the subnets on Tau. Subnet 64 looks like a complete flop with this price action. This went live on the 13th, I believe, on Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. Let's see. So yeah, that was shoots. Now let's see, chunking. Most of these are really not doing too well. Yeah, that one, as you can see, is severely underperforming. Neural, very popular one. They had an ERC20 token. It just looks like everyone's Tau is getting kind of it doesn't look great right now with these subnet tokens. Obviously, it just launched and it's super early, but yeah, the price action it looks like it does appear that everyone who puts in Tau is getting that Tau taken from them currently. So yeah, I did make a video about this, but I haven't released it. It just looks like everyone who puts in Tau is getting the Tau extracted right now for these subnets. Personally, that's how I'm seeing it. So if you were early on day one, right, like I bought subnet 64 on day one at 0.3, and it ran up. As you can see, it ran up here to 1.2, 2.0, to 3. All right, so I mean, there was a 10x on this thing, but now it's back to a negative, right? So if you were early, you could have been able to trade it and secure profits, or at least take out your initial. But now, right, now that early hype and price action is gone and settled, it just looks like everyone's Tau is getting extracted from all the subnet tokens, no matter which one you look at. Let's pick a random one. Targon, number 4, was a big one. Look at this. Just the token going down versus Tau repeatedly. So, yeah, they're not looking too good right now. I will cover them more as it does progress, but yeah, not looking great for the subnet tokens. Fiat hater, no, I do not pay attention to the 7-day exchange volume. That's something I can start doing. I mainly just go off of the charts and the key levels. Be cool. How can one prove Ron rugged? You can't prove it. That's the thing, man. You really can't prove it. That's the thing. Anyways, Craig says, good morning from Australia, Connor. Got me on Telcoin. 1 bill plus market cap. Highest has been now for 3 years. Appreciated. So yeah, Telcoin's been on a tear. Now this is a government or a payment narrative coin with like money licenses and currency licenses in the US and around the world. And yeah, this thing is absolutely crushing it. So you are coming into an area of supply over here. It's looking like 1.4 cents. Doesn't make much sense to buy this now personally. It is running and it's outperforming at a time in the market where nothing else is performing. Now, let's see. Let's pull a fib, first of all, to our bear market low. To the previous all-time high. Am I looking at that correctly? What's going on? Get off the log scale. All right, off the log scale, things make a lot more sense. So your first fib retracement is going to be the 23.6 at 1.59, basically 1.6 cents. It looks so wonky on the non-log scale. So the equilibrium is always the 50% fib retracement, and the equilibrium right now in this chart is up here at 3.3 cents. So that's still that's a 3x from current price just to get back to the equilibrium right now, which is kind of nuts. And the reason why it looks so distorted is because this is a logarithmic scale chart. But yeah, it looks like the equilibrium's up at 3.3. So for look, I would consider taking profits in this zone, 1.9 to 3 cents up here. If you're not in right now, I would not chase it and I would let it go for now. Sometimes it's best to let something go rather than chase after it, and I wouldn't chase after this. But yeah, definitely it's an anomaly chart with how well it's performing and just the rest of the market not doing anything. I'm going to look at it after while I'm not live though and I have more time. Let's see, we got a super chat from Crypto Junkie Princess saying still bullish on Pepe and KeyCat. Thoughts on Nitro? Yeah, so KeyCat for sure. Pepe, I think will do good when base does good. Same thing with KeyCat, right? These are like the original base meme coins. And both of their charts respectively have pulled back and are now in consolidation at some pretty low levels. So yeah, still bullish on them, but we're going to need the base ecosystem at large to pick back up to see them do good. And then Nitro on ETH. So Nitro, it has a good chart, okay? So I looked at this previously over here at the start of the year in January, I remember, on stream. And the chart is very organic. I like it how there's no crazy pump and dump action. It's a very organic chart, and you basically have a massive triangle forming, and it's crunching up now pretty hard. It's coiling up hard for some kind of breakout. So Nitro doesn't look bad at all. It looks like this coin could actually run when the market conditions are right to do so. But still, you should look to buy discounts. And on Nitro, that would be down here on your lower trend line. And look how that marks up or lines up with horizontal levels, and use that to find a good entry on a pullback. But yeah, this chart actually looks pretty good. And a lot of people are asking about Ski Mask Dog. So let's go look at Ski Mask Dog. So I shared in the Mastermind, what's the optimal level of reversal? Where's that chart? Whatever, it was like 30 cents down here. You can see it on the daily. You can see the zone on the daily. It's here. It looks like Ski Mask Dog wants to make its way back down to 0.03 to 3 cents. That is your optimal level of reversal currently. Now, it's in a very clear downtrend. It continues to make lower highs and lower lows, breaching into support after support after support. So at this point in time, I would wait for the optimal reversal level, which is 3 cents, to buy it here. That's how I'm seeing Ski. You guys have to understand it did go up. How much did it go up? Like 500x, okay, 300x, whatever, in a period of like 70 days. It went up too hard, too fast. It needs to come all the way back down to the bottom. So yeah, at this point in time, you should be looking for like 3 cents. Maybe you see these wicks hold at 5.5 cents, but still, it's another 50% lower from current price. That's your optimal level of reversal. I wouldn't buy it until it gets down to those levels. That's how I see Ski. Griffin, we'll go look at that real quick. So red day today on your daily time frame, and it looks like it broke support again. So it looks like this thing's coming down even lower now. And at this point, if it's not going to hold here from 9.4 to 5, which is like 90 million to 50 million, it's coming all the way down to like 20 million. So hopefully this is just, they call it a PO3 reversal, right? Where it essentially breaches support and then reverses out. But with how weak the whole market is, I'm not sure that's the case. So it looks like it wants to come to this lower demand zone, which again is 95 million to like 50 million market cap. Definitely a lot of signs of weakness. And overall, if we go look at my AI watch list, they're all looking pretty weak. Tau on the daily just put in another lower high this week. OXO base support. Cash all the way back down to the bottom. Render, yada yada. They're all smashed up. They are all smashed up right now. So yeah, that would line up, right? Remember what we've talked about this entire stream. We want to make sure that we're lining things up with the majors. And now, given the sense that both of the majors, such as Bitcoin dominance and USDT dominance, are green on the day, and we're of course seeing that direct inverse correlation. But yeah, if we do see this, spike back up here to like, 4.8 to 5%, that would coincide with things like Ski going to 3 cents, with Griffin going to 90 to 50 million, right? All of that would coincide with the majors hitting their key levels, which is why you should have the key levels marked out on the majors. And if you do see that move on them, you already know where you want to buy your altcoins so that you can actually act in that brief moment of time, that brief window of opportunity where the prices are super low and then they all bounce back instantly like 100%. So anyways, yeah, that's that. Zero Bro is dead. Yeah, Zero Bro is dead. I agree with that. Fiat Hater says, Connor, seems like the number of viewers dropped on the live. Comments also look clean. Looks like the Taurus left. Good point there, Fiat Hater. That's indeed what's going on. We got a super chat from the Albert. What do I think of Monad? So Monad is a new layer 1 blockchain that should be launching this year. And I just had Dan on the show. Dan was previously very bullish on Monad. Now he's not. I have an optimistic outlook for it. It is a U.S. company. Okay, so Monad is made in the USA, which I like a lot. Of course, with President Trump now in the office. And I think the Trump effect is going to take place, but it's going to take a while for that to take effect. Like I said, there's going to be a big run when Trump is in, and it looks like it's now going to be like the end of this year and into next year. But anyways, yeah, Monad made in the USA, which is great. New layer 1. Now everyone's saying, oh, it's like Berachain. It's like Berachain. I don't think it is exactly like Berachain. Berachain was very, very exploited. It's a big exploit, essentially, where insiders, again, made all the money. Monad for sure will have some of that, but I don't think it's going to be to the same degree that Berachain was. And I think there's going to be opportunity on Monad compared to other new launches, most recently like Berachain. I think Monad will be better. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about Monad. I think, of course, it's very hard to say and it's all speculation, but I think it will do better than other new layer 1 launches like Berachain, for example. So yeah, Albert, thank you for the super chat, sir. Is AI 16Z showing strength? Let me see. Not really. They all look the same, man. I mean, this looks the same as Griffin too, where similar, right? Griffin is actually breaching the support level, but still, I mean, it went down 90%. Okay, it bounced, what, 100% or so? 145%, currently up 70% from that low. ARC. Okay, yeah, this for sure shows the most strength with a 200% bounce. And this dropped 76.7%. They all got smashed, man. Every single one of them. Yes, these are better than the others, but they're still pretty smashed for the most part. Other ones, TAI, for example, on Solana, it's doing an okay job of holding this previous resistance now as support at like 16 cents. But still, right? What is this? A 70% drop. 68%. So yeah, I mean, every single altcoin, AI coin, whatever, they saw 70 to 90% drops, and some of them only went down 70% compared to 90%. So yeah, those are showing more strength. Also, that saying like, oh, the ones that show the most strength are going to be the good ones to recover. It's not necessarily true all the time, and it's also something like someone who's been in this market for years now, I've just heard that so much. I'm pretty sure people just say it to make themselves look smart at this point, to be honest with you. Seriously. Every single time the market crashes, you got like 50 different Twitter accounts. Oh, look for the coins with the most strength. They're going to be the ones that bounce back the most. And it's not always true all the time. It's literally something people say to try and sound and look smart. So that's just what I think, though. What's your view on Hyperliquid? So again, Hyperliquid's one of the only coins doing things right, in the sense where they actually had a fair launch, gave most of the tokens to the community, and they continuously buy the tokens off of the open market, which is the opposite of what most projects do, where they sell their token on the open market and take the underlying asset, like stablecoin or Bitcoin or Ethereum. So yeah, Hyperliquid is doing the opposite of everyone else, and that's why they are continuing to hold strong. So yeah, Hyperliquid is bullish. And we can look at the chart real quick. So your closest support level to current price on the daily time frame, it's going to be these lows, and it's right around 23 bucks. If we want to take the bodies here. It's really like 23.50 down to $22 is your closest support level to current price. And this thing really doesn't budge much. So if you're waiting for 20 again, I'm not sure you get it. So yeah, your buy zone for Hyperliquid, if you want, it's going to be like $23. But yeah, again, they're doing the opposite of what every other project is doing. They're buying their token off of the market instead of selling it. They gave most of the tokens to the community instead of giving it to insiders. So they literally did the playbook correctly, and that's why they're having success, in my opinion, with their token holding so strong. What about treble swap? We already talked about treble swap. I'm bullish. Huge win. Launched at 12 cents. Hung around 12 cents for the entire first day to like 25 cents. Ballooned up to $3.50. Everyone got FOMO. Yeah, a bunch of people taking profits. The entire market went to shit. So it's back down to 45 cents. Still a 9x from the private sale. Still a 4.5x from the public IDO. Still over a 2x from launch day. And it's holding relatively well compared to many other coins. And I think it's going to do really well. But we do need the market to recover because, again, this is now kind of reliant on Ethereum and the base ecosystem and liquidity flowing in there to really see a big run up. And I think that will happen. But yeah, I'm bullish on treble, and we'll see how things do develop. Anyways, lads, we've been live for an hour and 22 minutes. And as some people have pointed out in the stream, it is my birthday, so I'm not going to be live with you guys all day today. But, you know, an hour and a half, that's a solid stream. And I covered a lot of what I wanted to talk about, especially in regards to altcoin season, the major chart updates and things we should be looking out for, cycle targets, realistic cycle targets that will actually get hit, right? Not moonboy targets, which is important. A lot of good discussions. Awesome to see so many familiar faces in here. And like people have also pointed out, the viewership has dropped off drastically with these live streams, but that's always how it goes. Everyone wants to come when things are good, and everyone wants to show up and see what's going on and be a part of it. But when things get bad, you really see the real ones that do stick by you in the tough times. And yeah, the market right now is in a complete state of depression, but it really is cool to see so many familiar faces here in the stream. Loyal supporters, so I appreciate you guys. Thank you all. Yeah, we're going to wrap up the stream right now. Have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you all tomorrow with another live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Like the live stream if you haven't liked the live stream. Follow me on X and make some noise. Give me that fight, and I will put on a show for you guys. Thank you very much. This is Connor from Crypto Empire signing out. I'll see you in the next video.